As opposed to other events in our history, such as Yetziat Mitzrayim, where Hashem's working in the world was obvious and for all to see, most of the time we don't see the world run by overt miracles and nisim gluim. We don't see that most of the time. What we see most of the time are events like Purim. In Megillat Esther, Hashem is not mentioned, as we know, because you don't see Hashem pop up in the world as like a little banner sticks up and says, Hashem, I'm here, Hashem did this or Hashem did that. But if you look at all the various events and the order of events, the sequence and the coincidences and the juxtapositions of various things, and perhaps over time also it helps you, with hindsight we can see more, then we can appreciate that Hashem is always behind events, but we don't always see it at the time. Just as the Jews at that time, at the beginning, certainly did not see that Hashem was behind all these events with Haman and Achashverosh not being able to sleep and asking to have this read to him, and then Esther happen to have been chosen as his queen, etc. All these things seem unrelated and coincidental and unplanned and unmanaged. But really, the Megillah is telling you, to you it looks that way. In this world, everything looks like a big balagan. Everything doesn't make sense how this world works. But the fact is, Hashem is behind all of these things. But you don't see it necessarily. You may see it later. But you have to know that that's the reality of the world. The reality of the Bria is that Hashem is always fine-tuning events and directing them in a certain way, with or without you appreciating that fact. And that's likely the meaning of what the Yerushalmi says about Purim not being batel le'olam. Even if all other Moadim were to be batel, Purim would not be batel, because the fact that Hashem can create miracles and reverse the laws of nature, shall we say, if you understand that Hashem created everything, that's not such a big chidush. Hashem can cause created water that it quenches fire, but if Hashem wants water to act as a fuel to increase the fire, that's what will happen. Because it's all in Hashem's hands, because everything was created from nothing, so it's entirely up to Him. So He can change the rules at any moment. But the fact that Hashem can control and direct events without it being obvious at all, within the fabric of human events and realities, where you do not see the hand of Hashem, but it's there nevertheless, that's actually a bigger chidush. It's a bigger chidush that Hashem can run such a complicated, complex, and apparently on the face of a very unsatisfactory world. Most of us probably, if we were told, well, you have a chance now to run the world differently. You arrange the world as you see fit. What would you do? We would, well, I would start with this. I would change Aleph, Bet, Gimel, and we wouldn't be able to come to an end of the list of things that we wish to change. But Hashem runs the world not according to our understanding, but according to His understanding, His vision and His purpose, which is way beyond our comprehension. Sometimes we get a glimpse of such a thing, and Purim is such a glimpse, and that's why the Yerushalmi makes that statement. I believe that Yimei Purim le'olam lo yivutlu. They will never be forgotten. They will always be celebrated. Uzichram lo yasuf mizaram. It says in the pasuk, their memory will never be forgotten, never come to an end for all generations of Am Yisrael. And the Rambam saw fit to bring this statement at the end of Yichot Purim for that reason, I believe.